Man, I still feel kind of gruddy, but I am feeling good enough to sit up at my desk for at least a little while and try and get something done. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday. I have no idea what day it is today, but I am continuing my Plan As You Go series where I show how I use my bullet journal and my Erin Condren in tandem with each other over the course of an entire month. Yesterday, I was sick enough where I didn't get out of bed, and when I finally did get out of bed, it was enough to just sit up and live stream with you guys for like 2 hours. I'm going to plan for today, but you're also going to kind of see what happens when I have a day like that and how I sort of planner recover. We're going to take a look at my planners and we will see exactly what things look like and try and pick up the pieces. Here is yesterday in my planner. As you can see, nothing. I actually did attend this finance committee meeting, but I went in remotely. I was in my bed. I needed to be there for that meeting, but I just used Zoom. And then my husband did not go to band practice last night because I wasn't feeling good and he wanted to stay home and make sure he could help wrangle the kids. I didn't even bullet journal for Wednesday because I usually do that in the morning. Didn't touch my challenges, didn't touch my time tracking, didn't take my blood pressure. I didn't do any of the things. So we're gonna catch up on that today. I have a lot to do in this bullet journal. So the first thing I wanna do is just block out today and then move on to the bullet journal because I think that'll just be easier and less cuckoo bananas. One of the things I like to do in my Erin Condren planner when I am not feeling so hot is to mark in it that I was sick that day so that when I look back, like there's days in my previous planners where I talk about having, I don't know if there's any in this one specifically. I know in my old planner I had a couple of them where it's like I would write down like migraine. There's a bad kidney day right there. And then on some days where I didn't even get to my planner to write anything in, I'll just write sick. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just going to mark in here that I did do a live YouTube stream so that I remember that I did that even when I was sick. Because I am proud of myself for pulling it together enough to chat with you guys last night, even if it was kind of all over the place. That is yesterday, and I don't have anything I can cross off this list because I didn't. Actually, yes, I can. On Tuesday, I did purchase their cell phone cases. We got one from Target for my daughter, and we ordered one from Amazon that should be arriving today for my son. I am going to probably also try and remotely go in for this meeting tonight, but I do need to do some research. I am going to block off this first section here for catching up on church shit, my agenda, getting the information I need for that meeting tonight, and then the rest of the day, I'm going to try to get work done, but I'm going to be taking it easy, so I'm not maybe going to be as productive as I could be, but I will block off some of that for work. But first I'm going to write in church shit because that is what I'm doing. And I might have just offended a bunch of people with that. You know what I don't understand is how I manage every time I lay this washi down. How do I manage every time to lay it down so off center? Is it because I'm looking at it from a weird angle? Because I'm doing this on video and I just don't see where the center is? Because I think that might be it. Maybe it's the numbers that are throwing me off and I'm centering it based on the numbers. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I never can seem to get washi tape when I'm filming. When I'm not filming, it's not quite as bad, but when I'm filming, it's always shitty and I don't get it. Okay, the other thing I need to do today, because it is Thursday, is add the weather in for the rest of the week, and I'm kind of sad that it looks like the rain is clearing up. It's supposedly back next week. I guess we'll see how that goes. And with the weather in, that pretty much sums up my week thus far. I'm going to use another sticky note really quick to remind myself that I think, depending on how I'm feeling on Saturday, we need to take down Christmas. We left it up later than a lot of people do because we celebrated this last week. So if I am feeling good enough, because we're going to have to go through some of the decorations, we have a bunch to get rid of that we've been using for years that we don't use anymore. Meal planning for the weekend, I haven't fucking thought about that yet. I'm going to see if I can still survive with my stomach. But this is done enough for me to post this on Instagram, so I will do that today. Now I'm going to use this as my reference and I'm going to keep it to the side. And so here's my bullet journal. And what we're going to do, you'd think me being sick yesterday, I would have watched some of these TV shows, but I didn't. I actually slept for a lot of the morning. I got to enter my habit tracker in. I got to figure out what fucking day it is. It's Thursday the 11th Okay, so I am far behind. I got to get my gratitude in for a couple of days. I need to catch up on all of the things. So we're going to start with my year in pixels. The 9th, whatever day that was Tuesday, was a regular ass day, which was lovely. The 10th, pain took over. It wasn't just that I was sick. I also had a lot of kidney shittery. That's the first pain took over on my year in pixels, but now we know. And knowing is half the battle, G.I. Joe. I don't think there's anything on here I can check off yet. Is there? No, there's nothing. I haven't fucking done anything. Jeez. Time to start entering some habits in. I haven't checked my blood pressure since I did some of it on the 9th, but not all of it. Does that count? I'm gonna do a half blood pressure. I wonder if I'm gonna notice that at the end of the month. Let's do a half one because I did do half of it. Notice that I am filling in my challenges for yesterday, even though I didn't do them yesterday because I'm doing them today. I count things like this for catching up. I was sick. I have an excuse. Actually, I already did my Instagram stories today because I mentioned that the Planner Girl Chatter podcast that I did the interview for earlier last week or whenever I did it, it went live yesterday, and I will leave a link for that down below because they had to split it into 2 parts because apparently that's how much I talk. Actually, I have 2 things. I'm grateful for my husband because he is awesome for helping me out when I'm not feeling good, and I am grateful for Zoom because not only does it allow me to converse with my patrons each week, it allows me to get to meetings remotely when I'm feeling like ass, but I can still be there for things I need to be there for. I feel like I'm rambling a lot. It's because I'm still feeling crappy, but I'm trying to like hold it together until I can go back to bed. Moving on to challenges. We'll start with the doodles, and we just got to do yesterday and today. So yesterday was laptop, and then, oh God, today is wooden shoes. I used to have one of those Cabbage Patch Kids from back in the 80s, if you remember the original like release when everybody was fighting over the Cabbage Patch Kids. I had one that went to Holland, and she had like, they weren't wood, they were plastic, but they looked like wooden shoes. I wonder if I can remember how to draw those. They look like avocados. We're not going to worry about that. I drew wait a minute. Mercury is the 10th. The fuck did I skip? Somehow I either got ahead on this or I skipped something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I skipped something. What did I skip? I skipped meteor, I think, because I think these are asteroids. Or those are meteors. I'm just gonna, I don't know. These can be one and this will be the other, and you can just imagine to yourself which one is an asteroid and which one is a meteor. I'm thinking of the big asteroid I think it's an asteroid that goes flying through the air in Armageddon, and there's all these little chunks surrounding it. That's why this looks kind of like Pigpen from the Peanuts comics. Now I need to draw Venus. That's Venus, and I'm sticking to my story. Now we got to catch up on 2 lettering every damn day words. The first one is Jingjinji. Oh man, okay. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I kind of like how that looks. The second word is knickknacks. Oh no, I could pick so many different ways to letter this to work on my Ks, because Ks in general are hard, but I'm gonna go with lowercase block letters because lowercase block letter Ks are so rough. I'm not going to update my time tracker because I don't remember what I did on Tuesday exactly, and Wednesday I was sick. So what I'm going to do instead is just write sick. I've done some work on some of these things, but I haven't finished any of them yet. And I haven't taken my blood pressure yet today either. So I think that takes me to the end of everything I need to catch up in my bullet journal. So I guess now it's just time to set my agenda for today. And I think I'm going to try and be at least somewhat conservative with what I let myself do, because I am still feeling kind of shitty. So I don't want to put a large amount of shit on my list only to feel like asshole. So I will say, if you didn't watch the live video I did yesterday whilst sick, where we talked about balance among 800 other subjects, I recommend it. It's long. It was a 2-hour live stream, but we did talk about a whole bunch of things. Maybe if I can get off my ass one day, which I probably won't, but maybe I can go and timestamp it so that you can like skip around to the different topics. I have my meeting for today, and I'm going to email someone to see if I can get into it remotely, because that would be fucking better than going out. I have my day kind of planned out. Now on here is the couple of things I have to do for church. I've got a handful of things I have to accomplish, and then some things like filming this video, getting some more shit done for my website, adding people to the group, and answering some emails that have been sitting in my inbox for a few days. Those are kind of all I'm gonna really put on myself today. And then I also have my kids' laundry on here, though they're gonna be the ones doing it. Since they're going to this retreat this weekend, they need to have clean clothes. Otherwise, everybody is going to pay for their smelliness. This is one of two ways I handle things when I'm sick in my planners. Either I go and I mark it as sick, or I just like pretend like it never happened and move on. I don't try to hold myself to having every week perfectly filled out and looking fabulous, or at least documented I don't, these are my fucking planners. They are not the boss of me. That's something I have to try and remind myself on the regular. One of the things we talked about yesterday in the live stream that was awesome was we talked about YouTubers that we like to follow, both planner related and non-planner related. So why don't you today drop someone, you don't have to link it necessarily, just their name, but let us know, people in the comments, that you like to watch. Just tell us whether they're planner related or not. I could say do one planner related and one non-planner related, but this isn't fucking school. I'm not giving you an assignment. Just let us know someone you love to watch on YouTube. Who is it that you stop what you're doing and watch their videos? For me, to be honest, my two favorites that I always drop everything I'm doing to go watch as soon as they upload are Philip DeFranco and Jenna Marbles. And Sam from Happily a Housewife and Jen Plans both are two that I also generally rush over to go watch their videos. So I'll link them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.